Hey family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Bree. Know that God does everything for a reason, so if you're watching this video right now, that means this message is for you. I wanted to talk about being authentically you. I feel like this message is so important right now. I am at a point where I do not care anymore. I used to be the kind of person that everything had to be perfect. Literally, everything had to be perfect. I had to look perfect. Everything had to be set up before I do anything that I wanted to do. Like, I'm wearing my natural hair. I don't care anymore. I used to be the kind of person who I had to have me a perfect set of braids. I had to have me a perfect weave. And I never allowed my natural hair to show. Like, never had my hair out. So I got to a point where I want to wear my natural hair and I don't care what anybody thinks. So all of these things that I started to do to show who I really am, these things happen gradually. Like, I didn't wake up and decide to change everything at one time. Like, everything happened one at a time, and I'm here. I'm here in front of you guys without the perfect setup, with my natural hair, and I feel confident and I'm happy. But we live in a time now where like everything has to be perfect. Whatever happened to flaws? If you take a look right now at some of the top fashion brands right now, like Vogue, you will see models looking all kinds of ways. You'll see some models that are as dark as this jacket I got on. You'll see some models that's as white as my shirt. You'll see some models with bushy eyebrows, unibrows, probably gaps in their teeth, all different kind of looks. And they're making these companies millions of dollars just by modeling whatever they got on. And it's the differences that makes you beautiful. Like, it's beauty in everybody. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what that person might not like, somebody else gonna like. And so appreciate the differences you have, because it makes you different and it makes you you. Nobody else is like you, and that's beautiful. I think we got to a point in the world where everybody looks the same now. Like, everybody has the same weave, the same body, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of looking at the same everything. So that's kind of what inspired me to go natural, because I tried every hairstyle. I felt like I had every weave, and it wasn't many options out there. The only option I had left was my natural hair, and now I don't want anything else. Like, if I was to go put a wig on right now, I would feel so fake. I actually tried it. Like, I have a favorite wig. A hairstyle I always used to go back to was bangs. It was like the Nicki Minaj hairstyle. You know, her bangs with the straight. That was my favorite hair. I made a wig out of it. I got that weave like 5 different times in my life, probably more than that. And I dyed it the color of my hair and everything. And every time I put it on, I don't feel like myself. I look beautiful, yes, but I don't feel natural and I don't feel authentic. And so I can't wear it for too long. I don't even want to wear it at all now. And it's crazy how I went from wanting to wear it every day to preferring my natural hair. You really have to appreciate you for you. It kind of reminds me of like elementary school. The kids used to be so cruel. They used to pick on us for just being ourselves, being naturally us. Pick on you for having a big forehead, or having a gap in your teeth, or having a unibrow, or even having curly hair. They will pick on you for anything. And we take this into our adulthood and we look at the things that was picked on so long ago, and we make it so big and we make it our insecurities. And that's the first thing we go and change when we go get money. Not even realizing that we were kids judging you. Like, I never picked on anybody, but I got picked on. And they were just kids. We allow little kids to make us insecure in our adulthood. You're you, you're authentically you, and nobody else is like you. So for a long time, I wanted to fit in. I was kind of like, you know, the movies when the girl not so popular and she wanted to fit in with the popular girl. So she lost herself and she became the popular girl, and she wasn't really happy with herself because she don't even know who she is. I was that girl. I wanted to fit in, and I felt like the things that I really did like they were weird. The people that I was hanging with, they looked at it as weird. They looked at my natural hair as weird. So I didn't want to show up in the things that I actually liked around them because they didn't like it. So I felt like I had to become like them. And so that's what I did. The things that I really liked, I suppressed myself, and I got further and further away God, until God, he came and he rescued me. I mentioned this in my isolation video, so check that video out if you haven't. He isolated me. He snatched all my friends away from me, and I had no choice but to get to know who I really am. And that was the best thing that could ever happen to me, honestly, because I wouldn't have got rid of those friends on my own. So God had to get rid of them for me. And I've been on this journey ever since and living my best life. I would not be here in front of you guys if I did not accept him isolating me and sitting me down and forcing me to get to know who I am. So in order to know who you truly are, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to, especially if you were never the kind of person to spend time with yourself. It starts there. Speaking from my experience, I had to separate myself, and then I started to seek out experiences with myself. So the first thing I did, I started to go to the gym alone. That was like the very first thing I did, even with those friends, because I knew I wanted to lose weight. And I know that working out is not something that everybody wants to do. So I didn't want that to stop me. And that was the first thing I decided to do by myself. I've been working out by myself for my whole entire journey. I work out, sometimes with people, but for the 90% of my journey was all by myself. I never even had a trainer, and I figured it out alone. I've been working out for about 7 years now. And now by myself is like what I prefer. Sometimes I'll go to a class, but I prefer to work out by myself because I get a lot more done. So you see, like, experiences by yourself are a lot more effective. It may sound scary at first, definitely did to me, but the more you do things, the better it get. And so working out was no different. Like, the more I worked out alone, the more comfortable I got. Now I don't need people. The more I go out by myself and experience things by myself, the more I don't even care if I make plans with somebody and they bail out on me, because I'm used to going by myself anyway. So it's strength in doing things alone. And you also, like I said, you get to know who you are in these moments. When you experience things by yourself, it's a completely different experience than if you were to go with a friend. You get to really focus and spend as much time as you need to in whatever area you're in. Like, let's say you're at a museum and you see something that's very interesting. You can spend a whole hour in that one spot trying to get as much information as you can. Whereas if you went with a friend, he or she might want to leave in the first 5 minutes. And so you really experience things fully when you do things alone. And you get to meet people who possibly have the same interests as you, whereas your friend might not like it. She forced herself to go. But if you go by yourself, you'll meet people who most likely they're interested in that same topic just as much as you, if not more, and you get to learn more from that person. So experiencing things has taught me a lot. It has strengthened me, and most importantly, it showed me who I really am. So I highly recommend that you guys make sure you spend time by yourself outside of your house. Like, go out to a museum. I just started going skating. Skating is something I always wanted to do, so that's one of my new hobbies, and I went by myself both times and I had a really great time, and I am going to keep going. I'm going to keep getting better. And that's another way. Like, go skating, go to the museum, go wherever you want to go. Go to a sip and paint. Go spend time in nature. Like, do whatever you want to do. That's how you really get to know what you like and who you are down to the core. The areas where my friends will call me weird, I embrace now, because everything I'm not, it makes me everything I am. And you are, we're all one of one. It's nobody out there in the world like you. I think that is the most beautiful thing. So at first I thought that was a bad thing. I thought that because I'm me and I'm a little different, I thought that was weird and I should like be a shell of myself, not be my full self, because my full self is weird and I don't want to scare nobody away. Like, I thought who I was terrible and I should probably hide and not show it. That is so not true. Like, now I am going to be myself. I'm going to be the weird natural hair girl that people might not like, people might like. I don't care. They didn't even like Jesus, so how is everybody going to like me? When you realize that this is your life experience and you only get one opportunity, you live like such. Stop caring too much about what people think. If people don't like you for you, they are just simply not your people. Because when you think about it, you want to be yourself around people. If you can't be yourself around people, you're going to feel unfulfilled. You're going to feel unhappy. You're going to feel like an imposter. And who wants to feel like that? You want to be loved for you and all of you. Like, I can't believe still to this day that I am on YouTube with my natural hair without a filter. Because on my Instagram, all I ever use is filters on my stories, but you can't use one on here. So I'm just happy with where I'm at now. Like, I just don't care. If you don't like me for me, that is completely fine. If you do like me for me, that's fine too, because I like me for me. And that is all that matters. As long as you like you, that's all that matters. And you already know that God loves you. So if God loves you, you don't need nobody else. That's another thing. Like, I just got to the point where I used to feel alone. I don't even feel alone anymore. I know I got God and my angels all around me. Not alone at all. At all. I talk to God all day, every day. So you're not alone. You never was alone. And you don't need to act like anybody else but yourself. So I hope that I talked some sense into you today, that you understand that the way you are is completely fine. And if you think you're weird, that's cool too. I'm weird with you. We all weird. At the end of the day, I think we all have a weird quality in us. And that's the most beautiful thing, because nobody is you, nobody is me. And yeah, period. You can't be duplicated. People can try, but it's going to be a watered down version. It will never be you. It will be a journey, but it's going to be the most beautiful journey. It may be painful at the beginning, but at the end, you ain't going to have no choice but to just smile and be proud of yourself. Every day, I'm like, wow, I did it. You are your greatest project, and you'll never stop working on it. I realized that my goal of making a video every day might be a little bit unrealistic. So I'm going to be posting as I feel it, as the Spirit of God pushes me to post a video, because I want to give my best. And I feel like coming on every day, even when I don't feel like it, just for consistency, it will not be my best, as opposed to if I actually get on when I have a message to share. So I don't want you guys to be like, where is Bree? Like, where's she at? She said every day. So it might not be every day. It will be as the Spirit feeds me, so I can feed you what my Spirit feeds me. You feel me? All right, I just had to get that out there. I hope this video helps, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.